All right, now I promised you I would do this, right? When Senator Chuck Schumer earlier last week started accusing the airlines of gouging, saying that, look, you know, airfares are unrealistically high because fuel prices have been coming down. So why are they still gouging us? So I wanted to bring Mark Murphy here because he's flying all over the world, but he is the industry expert and get to the bottom of whether Chuck is right. Fuel prices coming down. Those ticket prices should come down. Something's weird. What do you say?
It's called making a profit. And by the way, Senator, did you ever hear about hedging? Because the airlines hedge fuel prices. So if I hedged fuel prices at $80 or $90 a barrel 6 months ago to lock in that price, it doesn't matter what oil's doing. And fuel prices will eventually go down, but there's a lag. So are we saying—
How much of a lag? By that definition,
it could be 6 months,
right?
could be 9 months. Southwest was brilliant in terms of how they did some things in hedging, and they boosted.
We should explain
margins.
hedging. You just try to protect yourself from wild swings.
Wild swings.
But it can also zoom on you because no one predicted they'd get to this low.
Absolutely. So if you hedged at $80, you're kicking yourself right now, right? So those are the things you have to think about. Last time I checked, airline deregulation happened in the 1970s, 1978. Do we want the government regulating the airlines again? Or do we want to have a free and open market where airlines can price tickets to make a profit?
All right. So let me ask you this. I researched it last time he made the charges, and I said the underlying ticket wasn't so much a problem as much as the fees, you know, where you sit on the plane and, you know, whether you have someone who has body odor next to you, know the whole deal.
You pay
there are
extra
fees for that. Yeah.
Yes.
But that's the problem. And I'm wondering, is he telegraphing that's what's next? I'm going to go after those.
Well, you know what? This is the typical approach that they see a situation, they want to seize on it. He wants to go out and do a press conference. And in my opinion, it's ridiculous because nobody has to fly, right? Nobody has to fly. It's a choice. So if you don't want to fly—
a lot of people have to fly.
Well, for business travel, absolutely.
Right.
I'm stuck.
Right.
But leisure travel is a choice. So if people want to pay the fares, they're going to continue to, based on supply and demand, keep those prices where they're at. If people want to sit and get crammed in the back of the plane, then they're going to pay the cheapest fare. Take Spirit Airlines. What do they call them? Pre-reclined seats.
Yeah.
But they're cheap. And then they'll stick you with every little add-on afterwards, and that's how they make their money.
But these fees are like out of control, right? I mean, that's where they make their big money.
Well, they're making billions and billions of dollars on fees, and they're doing a la carte pricing. And a la carte pricing basically says, if you want to pay for it, great. If you don't want to bring a bag, don't worry about it. I mean, you said you go commando. So
yeah,
I'm just assuming you're wearing the same outfit every day, right?
But it's hard not to get at least somewhat nickeled and somewhat dimed.
You're going to, and that's the reality of it today. So do I get frustrated with the nickel and diming and the fares? Absolutely. Do I have to fly? Yes. Will I suck it up and do it? Absolutely, to get to where I want to go. But it's just a means to an end. So you just have to factor that into your total cost of travel. And what's happening is resorts and places and leisure travel destinations are in turn subsidizing the air carriers because they have to bring down their room costs because the total package price has to be at a number that you can afford. Now, if you look at the overall disposable income of American families today, where is it at in 6 years? Down significantly. So disposable income has dried up, but because of the drop in oil, what's happened with fuel? Gas prices have dropped. That's a $1,200 basic bonus to the American traveler who's driving today. So maybe they'll put that towards some airline tickets.
We'll see. Mark Murphy, thank you very, very much. In the meantime, if the president keeps acting alone—